Are you keying your kick drums? If so, I guarantee you by the end of this video, you may be rethinking that. Here's a kick drum that I've made. I've used this plugin because I can tune it exactly, and here I've tuned it to G0 49 Hz. Here is a bass patch that I've made with just one oscillator. I've just used the saw wave of the SH101 from Roland Cloud, and it's been heavily filtered. Now, let's bounce both of these down. Now, as you can see, both the audio waveforms from the kick and the bass are remarkably consistent note by note. Now, the whole idea behind keying your kicks is that having everything in tune will actually complement and bolster the sounds up. So let's bounce these down together, and what we're going to get is a nice solid waveform, right? I'm afraid not. Even before I play this back, I'm sure you can see here that some sub-bass is being eaten every now and again. Let's have a listen. The result is uneven, it's inconsistent. Levels in the bass end and the sub end are dropping every now and again, and in this case it seems to be every other kick. Now obviously this could just be a one-off, right? It could just be something to do with that bass synth. So let's try another plugin. Let's now take a single oscillator bass sound from Softtube's Moog emulation, and here I'm using a triangle wave nicely filtered. Now, even before I bounce, I can hear that something's wrong there. Here, it's even more dramatic. So what on earth is going on? Well, unfortunately, everything that you've been told about keying your kick drums doesn't take into consideration those pesky fundamental laws of physics. Audio and sound can both be considered waves, and waves can interfere with each other. Two can come together and cancel each other out, either completely or partially. Now, this is not my opinion, this is not conjecture, this is not something I've read on a forum that I'm just repeating. This is what Neil deGrasse Tyson might consider an objective truth. In other words, it's true whether you and I believe in this or not. Any decent modern synthesizer has the oscillators running free in the background, and when you hit a note, the oscillators are picked up at that particular point, and you cannot control the phase of the waveform that comes out of the actual synth. That means it is going to change note by note. Now, you may have come across phase on some of the utility plugins or channel strips that you use. Let me give you a very extreme example. I'm going to bounce this kick drum down into audio. Then I'm going to duplicate the track, duplicate the exact piece of audio. I'm then going to go and get a utility, and I'm going to flip the phase on both sides completely. Now, this is known as a 180-degree phase flip. So what's up is down and what's down is up. Look at what happens now when I bounce these two together. You get nothing. One will completely cancel each other out. But phase is also effectively a function of time. So let me now just slip this out of phase kick drum by a few milliseconds and bounce down again. It's messy, but we do get a result. And this is why understanding phase is so incredibly important when it comes to the bass end. So now returning to our kicks, and let me be clear, the reason why these differences and these phase cancellations are so severe in this example is that we have the bass and the kick tuned to the same note, and therefore the fundamental frequencies of both parts can interfere with each other. So is there anything we can do to stop this? Well, let's try just transposing the bass by one semitone and bouncing down again. As you can see, some of the consistency has come back. Look at those fat old waveforms. It's not perfect, but it's miles better than it was. This is why, in my opinion, keying your kick drums is one of the worst potential production decisions you can make, because it is going to be totally inconsistent, but it is possible for your bass parts to rob the power from your kick drums. Please come and join us at F9 over the coming months, as we're going to do a deep dive into the bass end, and in particular how kick drums and basses interact. I will teach you the basics of wave mechanics, and believe it or not, this fundamentally drives the universe that we live in, because as it turns out, everything is waves. Sound is waves. Light is waves, heat is waves, Wi-Fi and internet are just waves, and as it turns out, pretty much everything might actually just consist of waves. Even this frying pan, this rabbit, and MC Hammer's trousers, all made of waves. So look out for the videos in the coming months, and please Stop believing everything you read on forums.